Some people think that Islam forces people to become Muslim, and that is completely false. We have something very, very explicit in the Quran. Allah says, "La ikraha fid din," is that there's no compelling people to change their faith, to become a certain religion, or to convert into a certain religion. And Islam has practiced the freedom of conscience for over 1,000 years, which is why usually, even the secular Muslim empires that have existed, you've seen Muslims living side by side with Christians, with Jews, even with Hindus, with Zoroastrians, different sorts of faiths. If you want to talk historically, Christian empires and Christian leaders have had a much harder time giving their subjects that sort of freedom of conscience. So if you're familiar with the wars between Protestants and Catholics, there were places in Europe where if you lived in a certain region, you had to be the religion of your duke or your local lord. You weren't allowed to have your own individual choice as to what faith that you followed. And so I think now in post-Christian North America, I think that a lot of people have this cultural memory, and they look at Islam and they see these kinds of depictions, and they assume that Islam was the same way and that Muslim history is the same way, and it wasn't. It wasn't. If you go back to Spain, the reconquering or the reconquista of Spain in the late 1400s, who did they kick out of Spain? They kicked out Muslims and Jews. And actually the leader of the Ottoman Empire sent ships to Spain to evacuate the Jews out of Spain and bring them to Muslim territory in the Ottoman Empire. These things are normal for us. So Islam never forces anyone to become a Muslim. And another proof of this is that the most populous nations, the most populous Muslim nations in the world, such as Indonesia, no Muslim army has ever stepped foot there. Every single person in Indonesia who's a Muslim today became Muslim just because they interacted with Yemeni traders. And they liked Islam, and they really valued the customs and the honesty of the Muslims that came to them, right? So, you know, there's fiction and then there's reality. Islam doesn't force anybody to convert.